everyone, welcome to the Mama Elephant February release. Today we are going to look at some fun new sentiment stamps. Remember to leave a comment on these release videos for a chance to enter a drawing to win a prize from Mama Elephant. The release will be available on February 15th. This stamp set is Wishes Enclosed, and it's the sentiments that you can cut out with coordinating dies. I'll read the different sentiments. The larger sentiments that have the coordinating dies are birthday hugs, it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, time to celebrate, and birthday wishes. There's also some smaller sentiments that you can pair up with the larger sentiment, and they are love ya for a special someone, happy wishes enclosed, and wishing you only the best. Here are the coordinating dies for Wishes Enclosed, and these will cut out the 5 larger sentiments on the stamp set. This stamp set, Birthday Wishes, was released a few years ago, and Mama Elephant has created a coordinating die for that larger happy birthday sentiment. Here's a look at that die Birthday Wishes Creative Cuts that will cut out that larger happy birthday sentiment. First, I'm going to stamp off Wishes Enclosed. I'm taking the larger 5 sentiments, and I'm all going to stamp them out at the same time. I'm going to be using Abandoned Coral Distress Oxide ink. I want it to match up with the card. I'm going to stamp it out a couple of times. It takes a couple of times to get good coverage. The Distress Oxide ink isn't really a ink that people typically use for sentiments, but I really like the color on this one, and I'm just going to keep stamping it until I like the coverage I'm getting. Now that we've finished stamping out our sentiments, we're going to use the coordinating dies to cut them out, and this is what they all ended up looking like. I really like the look of a die cut sentiment. It looks really nice. It adds a different dimension to your cards. Next up, we're going to stamp out the Birthday Wishes stamp set, which was a prior release. I'm going to stamp out that big happy birthday lettering there. I'm going to stamp it a couple times using my Misty. I'm using Candy Apple Distress Oxide ink. I think I messed up my magnets. I think 2 were stacked together, so it didn't allow me to stamp. But my ink pad is running out. All of my oxides, I think I've had them for a couple years now, and they're all kind of drying out. So I'm just going to stamp this a couple times until I get the coverage that I like. So we're going to make our first card. I've cut out kind of like a base piece, standard size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. When I'm layering another die cut on top of a base piece, I always cut it like 1/8 of an inch shorter so it's easy to like layer on top of. I've cut out that party scene cover because I cannot get enough of this die. The strings are so beautiful. It also comes with little accessory pieces, but I chose not to use them for this card. In addition to the larger sentiments on the Wishes Enclosed stamp set, they have kind of these like smaller ones that you can pair up with the die cuts. So I'm selecting one of those smaller images, and I'm going to stamp it out with the Abandoned Coral Distress Oxide ink on that panel that we just glued together. The one random thing I like about Distress Oxide inks is it doesn't stain your stamp. I mean, I don't mind if I stain my stamps, but it's just really nice that these particular ones don't stain your stamp. So I tend to gravitate toward them when I'm stamping out a sentiment. Here is the Birthday Wishes die cut. I'm just going to put that on top of that smaller sentiment, and I just like how that looks paired together. So I've colored a couple of the images from Celebration Hamsters off camera, and I'm going to just kind of add them to the scene. Since there's different layers of the card, I'm just putting adhesive where the strings are not, and then that's what I'm going to adhere my hamster cake image on. So cute. I can't get enough of this stamp set. I just love them so much. And the little sparkler hamsters are like one of my favorites in the stamp set. So I decided to cut out 2 of them, and they're going to just flank the cake hamster image. I feel like in my mind they're going to a rave and they're holding light sticks. It's so funny. But I just really loved how this card came out. I just loved it. I love the sentiment too. It's so nice to layer a die cut sentiment with your card. So we're gonna roll into the second card. I've cut out that happy birthday sentiment with the new birthday wishes die, and it just looks incredible cut out. I'm just going to make a quick card here. I'm using the previously released tri-grid window. This is like in my top 10 favorite Mama Elephant dies. I just love how there's 3 spaces to put different scenes on. It's an older die, but it's one of my favorites. I've layered it on top of a card front, and I'm filling in the holes because I want my card panel to be one layer of paper. So that's why I'm filling them in with holes, and I'm filling it with a cream color cardstock. I thought the white was a little bit stark. So now I'm placing my happy birthday die cut sentiment in the middle, and I'm trying to position it so it doesn't interfere with the top and bottom panels too much. And then I had these extra hamster images from the first video that I didn't get to use. So I'm just using those. Those are from the first video. And I'm going to adhere it to the top and the bottom panels. I'm going to be taking the little hamster agenda images, and I'm just going to do 4 on top and 4 at the bottom. I'm just putting them just kind of evenly spaced with each other, and then I'm trying to find a way to avoid adhering it on top of the sentiment. So just super loose, super easy. I'm just trying to make them not interfere with the sentiment and stay within the box. The color theme of this card is a little crazy. It feels like very USC to me, but I really wanted to use that yellow cardstock to match the hamsters, and I just loved how it turned out. The sentiment looks incredible. I remember the stamp set had come with these different accessory sentiments, so I'm just stamping one at the bottom with some black ink, and that'll complete this card. I just loved how it turned out. And that is it. I'm calling these cards done. Here's a look at the completed cards. I hope you all have an awesome day. Stay safe, happy crafting, and happy Valentine's Day. Remember, the release drops on February 15th. That is a wrap for me. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.